Hi. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to decide? am I to disagree? I travel the world and 7 seas. Everybody is looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of dreams. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and 7 seas. Everybody is looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of dreams. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and 7 seas. Everybody is looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of dreams. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and 7 seas.
I'm gonna start reading now some stuff to you, all of you, whoever is watching, listening, interested. I'm gonna read some. Yay. Good morning. This is a regular day in the life of Xenia. And I say happy welcome, and I give you some words for the day. There are a lot of words coming up, so if you want some words, you get some words. If you don't want words, you just don't listen to words and do something else. So yeah, this is for the words, and so it starts. Some of the texts I'm going to read are quotes from other people. I will say it when I read them. And the beginning of the text is written in collaboration with Rosh, so that's also important, and the House of Chaos. And yeah, they go across time, reaching from last August till now, the 10th of March, 2025. And yeah, here we go. 100 questions. 1. If you go over there, where are you then? 2. If you talk to someone else, who are you to you then? 3. Is the landscape part of your brain function? 4. Do you enjoy your identity? 5. Do you signify? 6. Especially, why do you have a shape? 7. Do you love shapes and shaping, or rather not? 8. Would you watch a transformation on live TV? 9. Would you stream a transition? 10. Do you when you do you? 11. Is it love that you're feeling when you're afraid but into it? 12. How far is the horizon? If it's one view away, if it's a representation. 13. A prism. What does it have to give? 14. Call me conceited, but what do I have to give? 15. If the ocean is in you, are you into the ocean? 16. What kind of jump gate would you clusterfuck? 17. Do you have several options of disgust? 18. Are we in this together? 19. Now that we are somewhere totally different, do you feel? Please describe the 12 nearest creatures. I would like to know about textures. Name some. Now arrange these creatures with these textures. 12 creatures. Okay, I got one creature. This is the dark cat. I got this creature. It's the pink rock. I got this creature. It's the green demon. I've got this creature. It's the smoky priest. I've got this creature. It's the troll gate to insanity. I've got this creature. It's the wind machine of the desert. I've got this creature. It's a thing to keep you safe. I've got this creature. It's an electronic device, which is not really good for me. I got this creature. It creates some coffee for me in the morning and afterwards even more. I got this creature that gives me some pleasure and I can sing. So I already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see. I got this creature who's this one guitar creature. It's loving everyone and giving joy. I've got this shoe creature. It's taking me where I want to go. I got the fire magic thing. Was it 12? I don't know. Maybe. And 12 is my favorite creature. Now, please describe. I did it. 20. Why could they all be friends? Hmm. Okay. What would you need? 21. I feel the hierarchies, death iterate, them means, them ends, these ways I swayed with you. Who are you to blame? Let's organize chaos. So soft and rare, but anywhere I dare to care, I feel to fear. So nice and sweet, but still I feel all this deceit in all my feels. So still I keep the sweet taste of hope in my mouth, not closing my lips. Next day, some company, much more than some. It is this feeling, this could be love. I'm so afraid, so many years of not being sure, schizophrenic touring, double standards for everyone. So this day, it is about you. I dare to dream it's true. Maybe if you say you feel my love, I'll forever drop the maybes and commit fully to you. But yes, there's a but. Yes, I don't know what it is. Yes, I know. It is the pain in the body, the scars in the soul. We want to heal and show and give and share it all. Now there comes a theory text by Camilla McHugh, an alternative history of abstraction. She's writing about the artist Manuel Arturo Abreu, which a friend recommended to me on Instagram. Attentive to Paul Mann's assertion in the DERRIDA'S of the Avant-Garde, 1991, that the dematerialized art object refetishizes discourse, Abreu is concerned with language's power to validate and ascribe value to aesthetic labor. In the text Against the Supremacy of Thought, Abreu interrogates this theory fetish directly, tracing a parallel between the aesthetics of philosophical objectivity that enabled the dehumanizing conquest of the global south, so contemporary art's recent trumpeting of thinking and its critical non-sensory demeanor. This parallel is indeed an inheritance, a specter of modernist subsumption of black and brown bodies and aesthetics. In their own rigorous text-based practice, Abreu tramps through this space, cruising dystopia, they call it. Because while they condemn the valorization of thought and its violent complicity, it is of course also their own medium, the form of the critique itself. Their provocative 2014 essay is theorizing cannibalism ethical? Is theorizing cannibalism ethical? Makes a similar gesture by assessing the ethics of Western theories of the cannibal as an inhuman cultural category, given the cannibalism implicit in the Eucharized, all the while also theorizing cannibalism and flirting with hypocrisy themselves. Because it matters who speaks, navigating this space as a transgender, non-binary Dominican immigrant, an experience and embodiment historically marginalized by these structures and narratives, and addressing the exclusion ingrained in them subtly enacts an alternative potentiality for thought. Such work can be read as a step towards realizing Black feminist scholar and literary critics Hortense Spiller's idea of Black culture as a future reclamation of the critical edge. Spillers envisions that Black culture could, by virtue of the very act of discrimination, become culture, as insofar as, historically speaking, it was forced to turn its resources of spirit toward negation and critique. Abreu takes up her project but stays in the present tense, rarely alluding to a redeeming future. The artist is most attentive to how insistence that the past has passed That is, its very pastness conceals its continuation. They aim to enter and name the chasms cleaved by whitewashed narratives that, like an extension of the violence of the Middle Passage, function to keep black people in oceanic time. The overarching project stretches from uncovering the imprint of blackface in animation and UX design to outlining, in the lecture performance Debajo del Agua, the wake work of Rolisa Núñez 2020, the violence in incorporating salve, a ritualistic music descended from Africa as roots of nationalist identity in the Dominican Republic, resonant with bell hooks' recognition of theory as a location for healing. This is a restorative project. You can find it if you enter alt, alternative short, alt History of Abstraction 101, Manuel Arturo, Arturo, Abreu. And then you find the artist maybe on Instagram. And if you find this essay, it was, I think, posted on Instagram. That's where I got it from. Now a text in German. Segenslos verschwimmt noch mehr Angst, überall Angst. Tja, was ist dem zu sagen? Die Stille, kennt das eins nimmer immer schlimmer Hustensaft, alles verliert sich. Schwarzlicht, wer mag mich was einsehen lassen, streng, aber ungünstig und selbstverlassen, so traditionell wie gekonnt, geformt, alter Tod, schwarz, dark, alt, abgehangen. Todesbäume zu früh gepflanzt, jetzt ausmisten, die Wurzelwerke faul und selbig, alles selbig, same difference. Maybe, maybe not, all of nothing. Strangely, I think there is no intrinsic motivation to always be afraid. But for now, is there escape? I see no escape, only darkness, sleep, sensitive soul, where you never move, still attention, everything on the fall, the brink of nails, taking away my selfishness, throw me a bone, no home, no insistence. Why should we even bother? There is nobody and nobody joins, only fear and fear again. Open wounds, open tombs, there they come, the darkest, most darkest and dangerous deserted souls, suffer, suffer non-stop, where this at? Only before what? Why dialoguing while dying? Stop the commotion, stop the commitment, stop force, stop noise, stop rivers, all still, heartbreak slides no way out. Meine autoritären Takes gingen alle gegen TERFs, ja, strukturell betrachtet, sind aber alle auf ihre Weise transphob, yes, me too. Und mich hat das sehr viel Zeit und Arbeit gekostet und mir gebracht und das hat mit dem genital-binär-sexistischen Trauma, Selbstliebe, Körperreferenz, Culture War, Wild, liberal, autoritär Zeug, sometimes it's feminism, zwischenberechtigte Angst, nicht nur im gelesen werden und stets angekitschter Resilienzprüfung, weil I'm angry, not resilient, I try zu verstehen. Wüsste ich nicht, was es dazu sagen gäbe, außer please don't even try to frame my story, just tell me yours and most of the time everybody. Assoziation. Also flog die Seifenblase, flog so im Sonnenlicht, also glitzernd schwerelos, da habe ich an dich gedacht. Now we get a text of Gayatri, Chakravorty, Spivak on Jacques Derrida's Deconstruction. It is found on Monoscope, monoskop.org, and then you find a PDF, Derrida, Jacques of Grammatology, and there's this essay. There is some, now I will say what it is actually is, this text. I remember finding it on some social media site. But I proof it. It's a real text. The following are some beautiful and equally important remarks made by Professor Spivak at the tribute of the 40th anniversary edition of Derrida's of Grammatology, also translated by her, held at the Italian Academy in New York on April 28, 2016. When it says she now, it's Spivak. Spivak told Derrida that she thought of herself as a stain on deconstruction in translating the work, and she was at that time thinking of Jacques Lacan's description of the subject in this wonderful essay on the gays. And Derrida, in infinite kindness and affection, told her that the word tache, French word for stain, has two meanings. It is indeed a stain and also has a task. You carry the task as a servant of the text. That's really how she sees herself in proceeding with the second encounter with of grammatology. There are certain things that Derrida has taught her, and she quotes, for example, the sentence, "It is just that there be law, but law is not justice." Those buts are what she inherited from Derrida. Deconstruction is not reading with suspicion, it is reading with love. In deconstruction, one is obliged to enter the text as well as possible. It is not critical distance. It is not from outside. You enter into it in order to obtain what she terms as critical intimacy. This is the difficult charge of deconstruction, that particular task of entering into a text with love, achieving critical intimacy, so that you cannot excuse or accuse, that perhaps you find in the text the point where it transgresses itself, and you turn it around with great responsibility. So perhaps it can be used to that extent. For Spivak, it is not reading with suspicion at all. You can only deconstruct what you love. Deconstruction is not a sexy word for analysis. That particular gesture, the gesture of looking at the exclusions, coming in from outside, doing something which is not just love. Love also brings with it the possibility of infidelity. The translator is the faithful bigamist. This particular thing, an invitation to recognize that it is just there be law, but law is not justice, is a very difficult thing in the contemporary world in order to understand how one would break from unconstituted rule of law in the globalized world. Derrida said that in translation, you kill the text. You kill the text when you begin because the sound is gone. Translation is a labor of love, an invitation to infidelity, an incredible responsibility so that the fidelity can be a contract of marriage with text, which should not be broken, knowing that it will be broken because there's no translation in the world, and that is not full of mistakes. The particular task of translating, the invitation not to be faithless, but at the same time to know that at every gesture it is an act of loving and hatred because it simply makes you feel good. Because if it simply makes you feel good, that is not love. Now my artist statement. Xenia works for social relations and want to talk about queer chosen family. The word, as said it is, can be connected through trust, responsibility, and playfulness. That's very pretty. The solidarity for Palestine as a keyword for self-serving. I don't even follow this. So yeah, I get to this on another level, but I will not follow up on. Somebody asked me if I can do a lecture on the extended definition of the Holocaust survivors and their repension of anti-Semitism. And I was in a conversation with a guy, a white guy, and he was saying, yeah, that's a really good idea. We should put it in every work contract so that these POC migrants, they will not say that they love Zionism, so we can select them out and then we find a watermelon and then we will make them pay. And I said, oh yeah, so you're interested in structural discrimination now? And he said, oh yeah, I am. I'm very much interested in structural discrimination. And I said, are you really? And he said, yes, I am. I've been traditionally blah, blah, blah. And I said, so you know about structural discrimination? And he said, maybe. And I said, no, you don't. And then he said, no, I don't. And then I said, no, you don't care. And then he said, he doesn't care. And then I said, you don't know fuck. And then he said, yeah, I don't know fuck. And I said, you're just a teenage boy trying to take revenge on some other teenage boy from the past. And then he said, yes, that's true. And then I said, why you're talking about anti-Semitism? And then he said, I'm sorry. And then I said, you should be sorry. And then he said, oh, maybe I will just, I don't know what he did, but it was a kind of interesting talk. So, on social media, everybody explains war to me, and I want to know how it can be ended forever on the right way, in the right way, and regarding all circumstances. Silence, I am reveling, re-railing, fumed melodies catching me, waving planes. This was my reading. I love you all. Have a nice day and see you soon.